Hey y'all, thank you for watching. Today we're going to be taking a look at how to prep your rifle cases for reloading, and we'll go over all the prep work you need to do before actually charging them with powder and seating the bullet. But anyways, here we go. Alright, first step, what you're going to want to do is taking your brass, and today we're going to be reloading 223, and you'll just take your brass and kind of inspect it, look over it, make sure there's no cracks right here. Make sure there's no bulges, no big dents or anything. Make sure the case shoulder right here, and the case neck is in good condition. And just look it over and make sure there's really no defects in it. And once you do that, go ahead and clean it. You can wash it in some soap and water. If you have a ultrasonic cleaner or tumbler, run it through that. I'll do some videos on that on cleaning and everything, but get it cleaned. Then after that, what you're going to want to do is you're going to need to lubricate your cases. And how I do that is take this case lube pad and get some of your case lube using this RCBS case lube 2, and we'll just put it on there a little bit. Not much, it doesn't take quite a whole lot, and then just kind of rub it around, and you'll get your cases on. You can do like 5 at a time or something, but just roll it back and forth like that, and it'll pick it up. You don't want to get any here on the case neck, because it'll cause when you run it through the die, it'll cause dents in it. But just go ahead and run all your cases through that on the lube pad. Okay, now that we have our cases nice and lubed, what we'll go ahead and do is we'll set up our press. So you'll take your shell holder, and I'm using the Lee shell holders. So for 223, it's going to be number 4. Check your chart, and you'll see if you're using RCBS shell holders or whatever, you'll see which one you need. But anyways, just snap your shell holder into the press like that, and take your die. And of course, the first one we're going to want to use is a sizing and depriming die. It's going to be this one right here. And you'll know it because it has a little pin sticking out. So what you do with this is you will screw it all the way in. Screw it in, raise up your the ram on your press, screw it all the way in until the bottom of the die touches the shell holder. I'll have to loosen that up. There we go. And you'll go ahead and tighten down your lock. Okay, what you want is the bottom of your die to be touching the top of your shell holder. Now on these RCBS dies, what they recommend is tighten it down a little bit more so your press kind of cams over. So what we'll do is we'll loosen this locking ring up a little bit and screw it down just a tiny bit more, tighten it back up, then raise up our press, and then press down on it a little bit. And you want this press to kind of cam over. You'll see where it starts to get resistance, then you'll press a little bit more, and it'll kind of pop like that. And you don't want it to be too much, just a little bit, but you want it to kind of cam over is the word that they use. So you'll start feeling resistance, and then press a little bit more, and then it'll bottom out, and that's where you want it at. That'll make sure your brass gets resized properly, and that's on the RCBS dies. Now with whatever die you happen to be using, always read the instructions that come with it, and make sure that you're following it correctly according to the type of die or the brand of die that you have. But anyways, to resize, what we'll do is we'll take our brass, set it on the shell holder, and then just raise it up. It'll pop out the old primer, and resize the brass at the same time. So we'll go ahead and do that for all our cases. And basically what you're doing is you're forcing that brass into the die, and and the die is forcing the brass back down to the correct size that it needs to be. And then of course your pin's popping out the old primer. And also on that pin there's a little expander on the pin that actually expands the case mouth on your case, so that way it can accept the bullet. So we'll just go ahead and do this for all our cases. Alright, now that we have all our cases nice and sized and deprimed, what we're going to want to do is we're going to need to check the overall length on them to make sure that the overall length is correct for what we need to do. And usually right here at this step, I'll go ahead and either run them through my tumbler again or my ultrasonic cleaner, or wash them off, somehow clean them just to take that lube off. You can even wipe it off if you're using that RCBS number 2, just to make it less sticky. and make it easier to handle for them. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe these off. That's really all you need to do, and that'll just make it a little bit easier as far as handling them goes. But